Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more of the Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Last time we were finally able to gain counsel with the Minish Elder in the library, and we obtained the Flippers. And this time, before we head off to the next dungeon, I want to go around and collect everything that was available to us from getting the Flippers, because believe it or not, half of the remaining heart pieces are available to us now that we have this item, which is super awesome. So we're here in North Hyrule Field, and right up here, there are these bombable rocks that we've never actually come over to see before. So what we want to do is we want to bomb this open, and you will discover that coming right on through here is actually another entrance to the Vale Falls. What you want to do is just hop in the water right here and swim across. Piece of heart right off the bat. Super awesome. Collect 4 to make a new heart container for even more life energy. Oh, so we shall, let me tell you. Now that we have that, we are going to be heading back to Hyrule Town. Back here in Hyrule Town, you're going to want to do that same old song and dance you did to get here last time. You can now swim around in this fountain right here, which is super awesome. But anyway, I want to come back into that cave that we got the power bracelets in, and now that we have done that and we have the flippers, we can come in here and grab yet another piece of heart. Now you have 2 pieces. Collect 2 more to increase your life energy. Now there is a little bit of a mechanic about the flippers that is pretty important. Anything that doesn't have one of those shallow shorelines, you cannot actually surface on. You have to come over to a shoreline like this to come out of the water. They're going to use that to sort of limit your freedom with the flippers a little bit, so keep that in mind for later. But anyway, I'm going to return to normal size, and oh boy, this next piece of heart we're going for. This is going to be fun. Oh, why do I have to do this now? Now that we have the flippers, we can finally do what Anju here wants us to do. And let me tell you, this is my least favorite minigame in the entire game. Oh no, this is horrible. My Cuccos have gotten out. Can you catch them for me? Regrettably, we will help. Try to catch 2 of them within 25 seconds, please. And you can't go into buildings or leave town. And there's a timer right up there. What you want to do is you want to chuck the Cuccos in by picking them up with the R button, and this just gets harder and harder and harder as you go. So we've already gotten 2. Now I'm going to explain this golden Cucco. If you run with it for too long, it will jump out of your hand, so you want to pick it up and throw it. And it'll run in a direction, and then you want to pick it up and then throw it in. It's going to be appearing in later rounds of this minigame, and oh boy, are there a lot. Time's up, that's it. Thanks, here's your reward. Got 10 mysterious shells. And 70 rupees. Doesn't it feel good to help others? Sort of. Now I'm gonna say this minigame has a very high payout in both mysterious shells and rupees. But as I mentioned, there are a lot of rounds to this minigame, and you have to beat every single freaking one to get the piece of heart. So as you can probably imagine, for the first and probably only time in this LP, we're going to be speeding up through this and playing music, so I will see you guys on the other side. Oh, I did it. Oh. Thanks. Here's your reward. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got a piece of heart. Screw this minigame. We're loaded. Screw this minigame. I need to go calm down for a bit. Alrighty, now that I am done curling up in the fetal position on the floor of my recording room, we want to come over here to South Hyrule Field. Oh my word. We want to jump into the moat, I guess this is over here, and we want to head into this cave. Inside, right there, 1,000 bajillion times easier than the last heart piece, is this one. We completed a new heart container. Your life energy has been replenished and increased. Very nice. So that Cuckoo minigame, I'm pretty sure after you've completed the 10 rounds required for the piece of heart, you can continue playing it. But all you really get is rupees and things like that, similar to Simon's Simulation, so I don't think it's really worth going over. And man, do I not want to go over it, because that clip of me just doing that whole minigame, 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah. Alrighty, to the Castor Wilds. Back over in this area with all the lily pads, we're going to want to shrink down and head over this way once again. But instead of going down the little Minish crack across here, now that we have the flippers, we can come all the way across this way, and we can also actually swim through all of these little areas as well. So what we want to do is we want to come all the way down here. This is a very out-of-the-way heart piece. In fact, I almost completely forgot that that fusion was required in order to get this. Because you wouldn't think it would be, but it turns out to access this whole side of the map, that is indeed what you have to do. So we have to come all the way around here, oh my word, and swim into this little cavern on the complete other side of the map. Inside, we've got a little bit of a dungeon right here. Don't remember actually which way we're supposed to go. There's a chest, so I picked the right way, but there's a chest. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Inside, Kinstone piece, very nice. Definitely going to be useful in the future. And now we can head over to the right way that I originally picked. And in here we have a lot of enemies, oh my word. Alright, so let's take all these guys out here. Man, there are a lot of guys in here. Alright, let's just let him do that and take him out. Good. Alright, do I push this block? Oh, hey, he clipped through the... What? He clipped through the... You saw that, right? Okay, how do I get... Okay, there we go. He totally clipped through that wall. You guys saw it, right? Alrighty, anyway. Let's take out all these guys. Come on. There we go. Move that, and that, and that, and... Piece of heart to number 5. Very good. So, basically, now what you gotta do is you have to go all the way back as Minish Link. But you guys saw me get the way here, and it's literally the exact same way to get back. So I'm gonna go back and return myself to normal size, and we're going to go do the next heart piece that I want to grab. Way up here, in the northeast corner of the map, is this little corner you might not have even noticed. First off, this cave right here. I want to come over to these side blocks right here and push them aside. And we have yet another piece of heart. I wasn't kidding when I said we were going to be grabbing a lot, but that's not all we're here for. You might notice this waterfall that we opened up with a fusion, I believe, a couple videos ago. This is pretty important, actually. Head in here, and we have a dojo, but this one's a little bit special. Swordsmanship is spirit. I am the finest, or maybe second finest, swordsman in all of Hyrule, Scarblade. Training with me will forever transform your swordsmanship. So, would you like to train here? Absolutely, we want to do this. Yes, then I will teach you how to more quickly unleash your spin attack, which you have already learned. I take visualization training very seriously, I'll have you know. Now, quietly close your eyes. Visualize your sword moving at an unthinkable speed. Whoa! Spinning! Now you can perform your spin attack much faster, my student. This is the heart of the sword. All begins with belief. Commit yourself to the blade. This is it. You've sped up your great spin attack charge. You won't have to hold the button down as long anymore. Now, it called it the great spin attack, but this looks more like the regular spin attack. So, I'm not sure what the terminology is up there with that, but yes, as you can see, we charge up the sword much faster, which is super awesome. This is one of 3 swordsmen that won't actually teach you a brand new technique, but instead they'll just upgrade a technique you've already learned, which is really, really cool. But now that we have got that, we are going to be heading over to the Minish Woods for another heart piece. Right here next to the village, you want to shrink yourself down, and now that we have the flippers, we can cross this little pond of water right here. So, these 3 little caves you might have noticed right up in this area, we are now able to enter them. This one is the one we actually want to enter, although you can enter very many caves right here. I'll be very, very careful in here because I believe this is our first instance of ice physics, and oh boy, are they very, very icy. So you're going to want to be careful in this area, because there are enemies, and they'll knock you back and knock you down, and that really is not good. Anyway, heading right over around here, you can see the other caves from here, which is pretty cool. We're going to be exploring them as well to get those prizes. Inside this chest, kinstone piece, very good, and a piece of heart. Now you have 3, collect just 1 more to increase your life energy. Wowee. We're just flying through the heart pieces in this video now, aren't we? Now that we've taken out all those enemies, it's not too difficult to get back through this area, although you still want to be careful, because if you fall off the ice, you get respawned at the last solid ground that you were standing on. Head on in this little cavern. Blue kinstone piece. Super duper simple. You can see that they made you work for that piece of heart. Inside this cavern, you've got some enemies right here, but no ice, which is good. Want to be careful about the cracks. If you stand on those for too long, they'll go plummeting to your untimely demise, like I almost just did. And another kinstone piece, very good. Now that we have done that, we have done absolutely everything I wanted to take care of before finally heading off to Lake Hylia, so let's do that. So even though we are here in Lake Hylia, there's a lot of stuff I want to do here before we move on to the next dungeon. First things first, near Cuccos' house, if you dive in this pond, there's a piece of heart. Just make sure to go right into the middle of the pond and press B while you're swimming to dive down and grab it. I like how we're pretty much Jesus right now, standing on the water. But all good things can't last long. But anyway, now that we've done that, we have 14 hearts, which is absolutely insane. Now that we've done that, we just want to hop in the water right here. You see this heart piece? You unfortunately can't get that yet. We're going to need an item from a couple dungeons from now before we can obtain that, which is a little unfortunate. But anyway, we basically want to circumnavigate the lake right here. First off, head right up here and shrink down, and we can swim right across the lake here, Minish size. And right here we got a little bit of a vine. Climb right on up it. And inside is Kinstone Fusion number Herder69. Yeah, I know. Anyway, complete this fusion right here, and this is pretty important for something we're not going to be able to get until later. But it's available now, so I figured we want to do this. Here we got a really, really secluded part of Lake Hylia that we've never actually seen before, and we have yet another beanstalk. Keep this beanstalk in mind, because atop it rests yet another piece of heart. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting that until we're finished with not even the next dungeon, but the dungeon after that, so just keep it in mind for now. Anyway, head right on out here. We want to return to this little portal right here. And we want to just basically keep on keeping on with our circumnavigation of the lake right here. Yet another piece of heart. Man, we're just on a roll. Just right there for you to grab. Very nice. And right up here we have a little bit of the lake that we haven't actually explored yet. So you want to take down the enemies here first off so they don't cause you any trouble. Not even going to drop anything? Darn. And we can push this for one final little bit of a shortcut to navigate around the lake, which is super awesome. But the real treasure is in here. Down here, we have yet another dojo, and the last piece of heart we're going to be grabbing in this video. We got 10 in this video. That is crazy. Anyway, we want to talk to this guy. You have found the true Master Swordsman of Hyrule. Wave Blade. If you train with me, I will teach you skills that will make you a master. So, would you like to train here? Please. Now you will learn a dangerous technique for desperate times. The Peril Beam. First, you must have only one heart left. Second, use your last ounce of strength to swing your sword. That's all, young swordsmen. Do you understand? Absolutely. So, there is no turning back now, for one must feel the technique, not just hear about it. That's why I will now possess your body so as to demonstrate the technique. This is the Wave Blade possession technique of training. Watch this. Possession! Phew, now you must try it yourself, when you have only one heart left. Swing the sword with the last of your waning strength. And he's going to knock us all the way down to a quarter heart, pretty much the weakest we've been in the whole series. But if you have one heart or less remaining, swinging the sword will yield a sword beam. Yes, fine work. You know the way. I will now give you this tiger scroll. If you ever forget this technique, you can review it with this scroll. And we learned the secret Peril Beam fighting technique. Release a mighty beam from the tip of your blade. Use it in dire moments. And luckily, he heals us right on up after that, because I would not want to go out into the world with a quarter heart left. That would just be terrible. But anyway, now that we've done that, we can swim this final little bit of a stretch right here. We got a little cave right there. Don't want to cover that quite yet, because there actually isn't much in there for us at the moment. But here, we have finally arrived at the Temple of Droplets. So, now that we have grabbed every little thing we can get, now that we have our new flippers, we are going to be entering the Temple of Droplets in the next video, and how exciting it will be, because this dungeon is massive. And I will see you guys next time.